Williams. I haven't even gotten to that audio clip of Lindsey Williams predicting yet, but I'll do that ahead of Williams coming on in the next hour, but we did find the clip, the crew did. Look, there's a lot of problems with what Michael Moore is saying. He's saying that people's wealth in America is a national resource. The problem is the globalists are offshore and above the law, and they fool the general public into wanting socialism, and in every case, socialism's created, and the money is then conduited offshore to the bankers who openly lobby for it. They're not free market. They're robber baron criminals that come in and lobby government to create a social system to get people domesticated so they can use that domesticated mass to go menace the rest of the economy and the rest of the middle class and the nouveau riche into paying more and more taxes that the lion's share of go to the select defense contractors, banks, and insurance companies. And then chicken feeds given to the servile, dumbed-down mass minions. Now, that's very simple. And if you can't understand that, I'm sorry. Because I got emails and stuff and saw some comments on the website even, people saying, why are you bashing Michael Moore? Well, gee, he's a hypocrite. He's been caught owning all these big defense stocks over and over again while he bashes them. I wouldn't own any of those stocks. I don't own any biometric prison stocks. I own no stock because it's all a fraud. That's my moral decision. I'm not on some high horse, but he runs around. It's like Rush Limbaugh saying minimum sentences for cocaine. If you get caught with cocaine or heroin, minimum 15-year sentence. Then he's caught with synthetic heroin and commits massive felonies. And if some street kid got caught with it, 15 years in prison, nothing happens to him. Nothing should have happened to you. You had a back injury. You got addicted. It's a disease. We shouldn't make it illegal and send you to prison, college for criminals. I shouldn't have to pay to put you in there, Mr. Libertarian Limbaugh. Okay? I feel sorry for you. But don't be a big fat hypocrite like the self-propelled blubberbutt. And people are like, don't be a hypocrite, Alex, you're a little overweight. Oh, really? I'm a little overweight, folks? I'm about 20 pounds overweight. I'm not in great shape, but I can run 2 miles. I can bench press 300 pounds. I got a little bitty beer belly. I'm not 600 pounds like him. I'm 230 pounds. It doesn't matter what I look like, though. I ought to gain 500 pounds. I don't care. The point is he's psychically a blubberbutt, feeding off of the trough. And he sits there. He sits there in everybody's face saying, the bankers, it's our money. Yes, it's our money. But is he calling for auditing the Fed? Is he calling for writing off the 1.5 quadrillion that we don't owe? No. He's calling for increased taxes, which is exactly what the Democrats and the bankers and the head of the Federal Reserve has called for higher taxes. Bernanke, all of them. That's what they want. I mean, here's the news articles right here. Socialist Storm Bank of America called for taxes. And it's the SEIU, NPA, and DNC, Democratic Socialist of America, openly working for George Soros and Obama. And they go take over a Bank of America and say, it's the bankers, it's the bankers. And they know that 99% of Americans are angry at the bankers. Left or right, they're awake. So it's a bait and switch. People go, yeah, get them. Their answer is raise taxes. The very banker heads are lobbying for that because they're going to get the money. You think these disheveled, poor, well-meaning union people and government workers, do you think they are going to get any of the cream? No. You're not going to get the government contracts like George Soros' $250 million deal in alternative energy programs that Obama's serving out. And who's on the board of this new company? Madeleine Albright and all these other fat cats that helped set up the energy policy. You idiots. Hey, people at with these unions, you wanted jobs? You shouldn't have let your union bosses get behind NAFTA and GATT. And same thing for you moron mainline conservatives. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Alex has told you that the Mideast uprisings over food prices and shortages caused by fuel costs are spreading worldwide. We're seeing the impact right here in the United States. Ethanol that was supposed to reduce petroleum use and fuel prices hit a 30-month high in February, and pump prices are expected to reach $5 a gallon. Because of shipping costs, food is being priced out of the reach of millions of Americans, with an expected 35% jump in the next 60 days. Move quickly while you can still afford it, and eFoods Direct will pay your shipping costs for you. For the best tasting, long-term storable food, you pay nothing for shipping and can put every dollar into food at today's prices. eFoods Direct, food so delicious you can serve it tonight or save it for the future. Take advantage of free shipping by calling 800-409-5633. On the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, 800-409-5633, or efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Diamond Gusset is proud to announce the anthem of the Patriot Movement. They're offering a free CD, T-shirt, and bumper sticker with a qualifying purchase. Diamond Gusset offers great products at great prices while keeping Americans working.
I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family. Not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America.
We're American and be proud. Go to gusset.com/America.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still
Again, go to gusset.com/America today.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Dr. Jerome Corsi joining us in a few minutes to get into the latest huge North American Union developments. You notice folks in the last 3-4 years got really angry about it, so the globalists played possum while building their system like termites in the walls of your house. Now the whole house is falling down. That's coming up. Lindsey Williams called it from his inside. Big Three oil company, former CEO of $150 to $200 oil in the next 6 months. Now that's mainstream news. They're predicting within 2 months, 150 or even higher. This is absolutely incredible what's happening. That's coming up in a moment because I want to play a clip of Lindsey Williams before we go to Dr. Jerome Corsi ahead of Williams joining us. But before I go any further, this radio broadcast is listener-supported. We're not funded by the Ford Foundation, by George Soros, or the Koch brothers, or News Corp. We're funded by our sponsors and you, the listeners. Plus, my videos, my books, the books and videos we carry, the Patriot ball caps, the T-shirts. It's about meeting like-minded people. It's about spreading the info war at a time that people have never been more ready to wake up. The mighty harvest of awakenings happening. Visit Infowars.com for the ball caps, the T-shirts, the V for Victory bumper stickers, the Draft Ron Paul T-shirts, the V for Victory, You Are the Resistance T-shirts, all the different ball caps. Every order gets a free citizen rule book with Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, and other white Al-Qaeda type material that the government says is so evil in the MIAC report. We also are the exclusive distributor of the new book that's about to start shipping next week, Big Brother, The Orwellian Nightmare Come True. Such a powerful new book available at Infowars.com by Mark Dice, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, the film I produced by Jason Burmis. The New World Order on trial. For the first time ever, the secret agenda of the planet's ruthless superclass is exposed in stark detail. This documentary chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government. Learn how the global oligarchy controls the populace through drug trafficking, money laundering, staged terror attacks, and media propaganda and debt. It goes on and on. Get it all discounted at Infowars.com. The geoengineering film. Notice now USA Today admits the White House is chemtrailing us to save us from global warming, but details are classified. Oh, thought none of this existed. Well, this film covers it all. What in the world are they spraying? Again, all orders get a free citizen rule book and bumper stickers with it, and we need your support at Infowars.com so we can continue to expand and be a platform for all these other great activists and researchers and liberty lovers like Ron Paul and Lord Monckton and Dr. Stan Monteith and just countless others that we have on this radio broadcast. You can also call toll-free to ask about combos and specials. We've got some of my films as low as $4.95 a piece. 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139, or you can write to me, P.O. Box 19549, Austin, Texas 78760. But there's just such a great online video / Patriot Apparel store online. And you vote with your dollars for what you support. So help fill our war chest with treasure and get powerful info treasure in return and spread it to the four winds, air the films on Access TV, make copies of all my documentary films, continue to ram them down the throat of the New World Order. We are destroying the enemy every day and gaining ground on them, and they are scared, and we can feel the blood running out of them. Now, we're going to Dr. Jerome Corsi here in a moment. With Obama's signature creates continental perimeter, move described as key step in advance of North American Union. We also are going to get into more and more bizarre mainstream articles. Canada, U.S. agree to use each other's troops in civil emergencies. That's out of the Ottawa Citizen. That's consummated by this deal 2 weeks ago by Lord Obama. Now 3 weeks ago on February 7th. Of course, he wrote about it WorldNet Daily. That is coming up. Also, warning of food riots in the UK. We told you that 8 years ago. It's all been planned. But first, I want to get Corsi's take on Lindsey Williams, who had Ken Fromm, the head of Atlantic Richfield, tell him 5 months ago as he was dying of cancer that oil would go to 150 to 200 with a staged globalist, George Soros-style revolution. Doesn't mean the revolution isn't real. It's just triggered by the globalist to drive up oil prices, kill the Arabs financially, then killing the dollar. Now you see Wall Street Journal saying the end of the dollar is here. Oh, it's a good thing. That's like saying, oh, you got brain cancer. That's a good thing. We're going to get Dr. Corsi, who's also really an economics expert's take on that. But so he can hear Lindsey Williams from October 21st on this show. He went into a lot more detail, but I'm going to play a short clip of it because Lindsey Williams is joining us next hour. Here is that clip of him laying it out, not just from Ken Fromm, who died a month later, but from his other, and I know the man's name, and we've actually called him. I'll leave that out of it. So is Dr. Monteith, who is an even bigger CEO of a big three, confirmed it and laughed with pleasure and said, you go ahead and tell the slaves there's nothing they can do to stop us. And now exactly what he told Pastor Williams is now happening. Here's that clip.
With their crude oil prices, this means that their program is on schedule. They're doing exactly what they've been telling me over these years they were going to do. Here it is. Here's the price. Crude oil is going back to $150 to $200 a barrel. Gasoline at the gas pump will be $4 to $5 a gallon. This is going to contrive massive inflation. Can you imagine what this is going to do to airline fares? With the airlines, I know they're making money right now. They're one of the most viable businesses in America. Can you imagine what this is going to do to the truck and freight line prices? Can you imagine what this will do to the grocery store and the hardware store?
Okay, it goes on and on. Meanwhile, the Fed is oblivious, saying there's no inflation. Inflation's rearing up everywhere. It's triggering many of the riots that the globalists then are using. Dr. Corsi, what's your take on my last 5-minute rant and Lindsey Williams' prediction, one of many, coming true with precision?
Well, I hope you'll... I've got great respect for Lindsey Williams, and I hope you'll give him my best regards when he's on in the next segment. I really agree that we're headed... You know, I predicted when I wrote Black Gold Stranglehold that we would hit $100 a barrel oil That was about in 2005, and that prediction was ridiculed then. We hit $148 a barrel in July 2008, and I agree with Lindsey Williams. We're headed back to that level. We'll be lucky if it doesn't go higher than $148 a barrel.
Now, what's your view?